Hey everyone, and welcome in. It's Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click that subscribe button, the bell for notifications, and of course, the like. Alright, I have got an update on Megan Boswell, and I want to hear your thoughts. And I have never heard of this before, but let's get into these articles and see what it's about. So, accused killer teen mom Megan Boswell identifies as a gypsy, but denies being in a cult. Have any of you heard that they are gypsies? I don't think I've heard this before. So, Evelyn Boswell, was found murdered in a hole on her family's property. So, before she was in the shed, then she was under the shed, and so now she was found in a hole. Little by little, more stuff keeps on leaking. Shortly after her 1-year-old daughter went missing about a year ago, teenage mother Megan Boswell gave a strange on-camera interview to a local news network where she wanted to set the record straight on what some were saying about her family. Megan admitted that she identified as a gypsy, but wanted it known that gypsies are not a cult. The mother told News Channel 11, "They have been asking people if there is like a gypsy ringleader, and we are not like ringleaders. We are not like out here kidnapping babies or anything like that." Why in the world would she even say that? Well, yeah, and like my dad's very proud of that, but he's just mad about all the rumors going around trashing them gypsies, because we are not a cult. You know what I mean. We're not nothing like that at all. In that same interview, Megan claimed that she knew where her young daughter, who ultimately turned up dead, was, seemingly placing blame on her mother, Angela. "I told TBI where to find her. My mom took her to a campground in a silver camper, and if they don't go tonight, I'm going to go find her myself, because I've told them and they are not really taking it seriously, and if they don't go tonight, I will go myself and get her." The TBI issued an Amber Alert for Evelyn Mae Boswell in February, even though the toddler hadn't been seen for months. The little girl's remains were found buried beneath a shed on Megan's father's property in March, and we all know that Tommy Jr.'s name is on that property. The toddler's body had been dumped in a hole alongside a pile of clothing and toys. It is the same property that Megan had been living on with her father and his new wife until November, when she moved around the same time little Evelyn had last been seen alive. I didn't even know that the father was remarried. Megan, 18, is accused of 2 counts of felony murder, 1 count of aggravated child abuse, 1 count of aggravated child neglect, and a slew of other charges. If convicted, Megan Boswell will be the youngest woman sentenced to death in the United States. The teen mom has entered a plea of not guilty to all 19 charges she is facing. So, teen mom 18 could become youngest woman sentenced to death for daughter's murder. Prosecutors haven't decided if they plan to seek the death penalty for Megan Boswell. Megan Boswell, 18, could become the youngest woman to ever be sentenced to death in the United States if the teen mom from Tennessee is convicted of murdering her 1-year-old daughter, Evelyn Mae Boswell. Sullivan County District Attorney General Barry Stabis announced at a hearing last week that he still had not determined if his office would seek the death penalty, and informed the judge that he would announce his decision at the next scheduled hearing on January 22nd, 2021. If she is sentenced to death, Boswell would be the youngest American on death row in close to a century, and the first to be under the age of 20 since 1964. Boswell was arraigned back in August after a grand jury indicted her on 19 counts, including 2 counts of felony murder, aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, tampering with evidence, abuse of corpse, 1 count of failure to report a death under suspicious, unusual, or unnatural circumstances, and 12 counts of false reports. She entered a plea of not guilty to all 19 charges. She had been held for months prior to that on a single charge of making a false report following a slew of misleading comments and inaccurate information the teenager gave to members of the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. That false information and her bogus tips cost the department thousands of dollars and made them lose valuable time in their search for the missing toddler. Boswell allegedly told police that her mother, Angie, had taken Evelyn and later tried to garner sympathy by declaring she was pregnant with her second child. Boswell did not report her 15-month-old child missing to authorities for months. It was her father, Tommy Sr., who eventually notified police in February, at which point he had not seen his granddaughter since Thanksgiving. Boswell had initially told police that Evelyn was with her father, Ethan Perry. There was a detailed plan about how she was going to get Evelyn from Ethan, with the exchange set to take place in the parking lot of a local grocery store. Ethan, who was on active duty and stationed in Louisiana at the time, soon informed police, however, that he did not have Evelyn. Evelyn's remains were later found buried beneath a shed on Tommy Sr.'s property. Her body had been dumped in a hole alongside a pile of clothing and toys. That is the same property Boswell had been living at with her father and his new wife until November, when she moved out around the same time Evelyn was last seen alive. It is still unclear where she and Evelyn were staying after they moved out of this house, or if Evelyn ever even left that property. Investigators and prosecutors have both been guarded with the details of the case, but hinted that they have bombastic evidence. Boswell and her lawyers have yet to even see the autopsy, though the judge did rule last week that they would have access to the papers before the next court appearance. I tell you, I hope this does go to trial. I hope the trial is televised, because this is definitely one trial that I am not going to miss. My thoughts are that Megan Boswell is a pathological liar, and she is definitely guilty of causing the death to her daughter. Do I think she deserves to be on death row? I don't know. I am going to have to watch the trial, see the facts, the evidence, and take it from there. All right, guys, make sure you drop them comments and them opinions. I love hearing from you. And with that, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. Rest in heaven, baby Evelyn Mae Boswell. Justice is coming, baby girl. I am out.